Yes.
from one service provider to another service provider,
Correct.
right? So that switching cost has to be phenomenal, because that curbs the person or the urge of the person to move from
Correct.
a particular service provider to another service provider, provided
Correct.
the service is good, obviously.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of people might not know what entry barrier means in a business. Can you say a little bit more about that, please?
Okay.
Because I know you've explained me very beautifully about
Yeah.
the house.
Yeah,
If you can do
you want
that,
me to continue that example?
if you can talk about
sure.
that house in the middle,
Yeah.
I think that works really well.
So, but let's make it very simple.
Yeah.
All of us have seen those cartoons or those movies wherein we see a big palace surrounded by water on all the four sides, right? And
Yes.
then there's a big door which opens, kind of.
Correct.
And then the people walk in to enter that particular palace.
Yes.
Right? So the water around is nothing but an entry barrier for people to not to venture out or not to trespass that particular property easily.
Correct.
Right? So in entry barriers for your business to be successful, I mean, it's not easy to start a chemical company or a steel company because the investment is huge. It is not difficult to start a steel it's very difficult to start a steel company. Why? Because आपको iron ore का coking coal का access चाहिए, mines का access चाहिए, capital outlay बहुत ज़्यादा होता है.
Correct.
I'm just giving an example.
Yes.
So a big money requirement or a big capital requirement is also an entry barrier to a business. So similarly, you have to create those entry barriers around your businesses if you don't have one, right? Leveraging technology could be one entry barrier. After sales service could be it has to be so impeccable that it could be an entry barrier.
Correct.
Third and the most important thing I feel is switching cost should be tremendously high for a person of any business. अगर मैं कोई भी business कर रहा हूँ, right, और मेरा customer मेरे पास है और उसको मेरे अलावा किसी और के पास जाना है, तो obviously you'll have to switch something from here, not in the traditional sense of switching, but moving.
Yes.
From one service provider to another service provider.
Correct.
Right? So that switching cost has to be phenomenal, because that curbs the person or the urge of the person to move from
Correct.
a particular service provider to another service provider, provided
Correct.
the service is good, obviously.
Yes, absolutely.
So this is what I mean by entry barriers, because for you to be successful or for any business to be successful, what you require is an entry barrier and scalability. These are the two things. Third thing is how passionate is the management. Now it all depends upon how you as an entrepreneur build your team, work around your team and scale your business up, and how focused you are on your business. So these are the three things which I typically look if I have to analyze a business, and even for that matter my own business.
Correct.
Always I'm asking myself these three questions every day I get into the office. कि scalability का business में मेरे option है.
Correct.
How many new people I plan to meet today.
Correct.
अगर एंट्री बैरियर्स है, मैं और बेटर क्या कर सकता हूँ कल के मुकाबले आज, व्हाट आई कैन इंप्रूव अपॉन. दैट्स द सेकंड क्वेश्चन आई आस्क माय सेल्फ एवरी डे आई सिट ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर डेस्क. एंड द थर्ड थिंग इज आई रिमाइंड माय सेल्फ कि आई हैव टू डू समथिंग गुड, improve from where I was yesterday.
Yeah.
Right? And so this is what I do it on a daily basis.
That's brilliant.